Use castor oil once a week and watch what happens. Castor oil is having its moment again, and I am definitely rooting for it because I have been using it for years and the world has been using it for literally thousands of years. And just like other oils, it has its moments and then people forget about it and they're like, wait a minute, castor oil is that girl, okay? So now it's back, and now I'm going to tell you how to use it, why you should use it, and the benefits of castor oil every single week. If you're new to this channel, my name is Angelica and I post videos all about how to grow long, thick, healthy hair and a few other things here and there. So if that seems interesting, consider subscribing and hitting the bell right down there. But let's get into the first thing you need to know about castor oil. One of the most important features about castor oil that I personally like is that it protects against breakage. And most people who can't have hair that's as long as they want, which is something I personally struggle with, is because of breakage. It's not because your hair is not growing, because every person's hair grows. Our hair is just growing at different rates. However, if your hair is the same length for a really extended period of time, it's not that your hair is not growing, it's that your hair is breaking. So the way castor oil helps prevent your hair from breaking is, firstly, it has a high content of ricinoleic acid, which is one of the only oils out there which has this acid. Most other oils have oleic acid. This acid helps with the circulation of blood to your scalp. It helps promote thicker and healthy hair growth. And most importantly, it helps provide nutrients to your actual follicles from the base of your scalp. If your hair is healthy and it has enough nutrients directly from the scalp, not only will your hair strand be healthier, but it will grow out healthier. If your follicles and your scalp is like damaged and not in good condition, the hair also will not grow out in great condition. The second great thing about castor oil is it is one of the few oils that noticeably thickens the hair strand and also boosts the individual growth of hair strands. It makes the hair strands appear thicker, and this is what most of us want. This is why it is one of the most popular oils for people that suffer from traction alopecia or just a thinning hairline in general, or even if you have a patch of hair, like let's say you have a specific bald spot, people would go towards castor oil first to put specifically in that area because it's known to really noticeably thicken the hair in that section. Another reason why castor oil helps promote thicker, stronger hair strands that don't break very easily is because it is actually a humectant. And you can tell this because it's very sticky compared to most of the other oils. It's almost like a glycerin type of texture. So this also means that it's an excellent vehicle for locking in moisture in your hair. So if you suffer from dry hair like me and you're trying to keep your hair as moisturized as possible, castor oil can definitely help lock in that moisture even on your scalp, because having a dry scalp can make your scalp flaky. It can cause dandruff, and then when you have dandruff, your scalp is more likely to itch. If your scalp itches, you're more likely to scratch. Scratching your scalp very often can actually damage hair follicles and actually cause a lot of breakage where you're scratching. So if your scalp is nicely hydrated and if you use it on your hair, that will also help lock in that moisture. Another reason why the fact that it's a humectant oil helps you retain length is because if your hair is less dry, it is less prone to breakage. If it is less prone to breakage, your hair is also less prone to get split ends. And if your hair is less prone to get split ends, then you are more likely to retain longer hair. So not only does it help boost the hair growth, but it helps you retain length longer so that your hair appears like it's growing faster because it is breaking less. Now, this next thing I'm going to mention about castor oil is one of the most popular things about castor oil is that not only is it great for growing the hair on your head, it is also great for eyebrows. Now, I usually forget about this because, as you can see, I do have naturally very thick eyebrows. However, my eyebrows are extremely difficult to manage because the individual hair strands are so thick, but because it is a humectant and it really softens the hair. When I use castor oil on my eyebrows, not only does it help maintain the thickness and the health of my brows, it also helps soften my brows. So when I need to do my brows and, shape my brows, it makes them so much easier to manage. Also, last year, or maybe it was the year before that, I caught a little Rona and it made a little bit of my hair fall out, but mostly it made my eyebrow hair fall out, which was very shocking and random because I didn't know this was a thing. I basically had like a hole in this eyebrow on this side, like an actual noticeable big hole in my brow where it's like all the brows just fell out in that specific patch. And so that's when I remembered, oh, castor oil is actually great for brows. And I made my own mix with castor oil and I put a few drops of rosemary oil in it. And I use that and I just brush it through my brows. And it made the brow hair grow back so much faster. And of course, you can notice it more on your eyebrows because you have way less hair on your brows than on your head. And they are also very short. So even if you have longer brow hairs, it's still short in relation to your hair. And you can see the difference very quickly. So I actually started using castor oil on my brows over 2 weeks ago after not using it for a really long time, and my brows are so easy to manage and they're so full and easy to style. And then the next thing that they are great for is one of my personal favorites is using castor oil on your eyelashes. Now eyelashes of course are also hair, but what I notice is out of all the hair, I notice the quickest hair growth on my eyelashes when I use castor oil on them. And obviously it's probably because our lashes are like the shortest hair we have on our body, right? So even if it's like a quarter fraction of a centimeter, you're gonna notice it because the hair on your lashes is short. So I've been using castor oil on my lashes for 2 weeks now as well, the same length as my brows. However, I never put essential oils in my mixes for my on my eyelashes because I find that it irritates my eyes. But I do dilute it with a lighter oil just because castor oil is extremely thick. So I dilute it with like half avocado oil, half castor oil just to thin it out a little bit. And instead of brushing it on my brows with like a spoolie, I just use a tiny little nail brush that looks like the brushes that come in, eyebrow growth serums. And I just put it along my lash line. And in 1 week, I noticed a drastic difference. And 2 weeks, I've seen a major difference because I have thick eyelashes, but they are very short. I don't have long lashes. My eyelashes are way longer than usual, and it's only been 2 weeks. And I will answer the question that everybody asks: what if I stop using castor oil on my eyelashes? Are my eyelashes gonna fall out? Is it gonna stop working? Will my eyelashes go back to their normal length? The answer is yes, and the answer is the same for any eyelash serum you use, like Grande Lash and all the lash serums out there. Except the good thing with castor oil is it doesn't have any of the ingredients that make your skin kind of like thin out, or some people get discoloration under the eyes and stuff like that. You don't have to worry about any of that when it comes to using castor oil. The reason why your eyelashes are gonna go back to the normal length very quickly is because we have very few eyelashes and they shed so fast, which is why they also grow longer fast, because we can notice it because new hair is growing all the time. In the same way our hair on our heads shed, the same way our eyelashes shed. Just think about how many times a week you find an eyelash on your hand, or an eyelash gets stuck in your eye, or an eyelash blows somewhere, right? We're literally losing eyelashes every single day, which means it just takes a few weeks for our eyelashes to completely fall out, obviously at different times, and recycle and have a new set of lashes. So because our eyelashes shed so quickly, you have to continue using it to see continuous results. But honestly, it literally takes 1 minute to put it on. If it's important to you, you can do it, and I've been doing it. So now let's go back to actually using castor oil on our head. How do we actually use it to get the maximum benefits to get thicker and fuller hair? As you could see in the title, you only need to use this once a week to get effective results. And the reason why I emphasize personally using it once a week is because castor oil is a very thick oil compared to many other oils. With other oils, you can use them up to 3 times a week, even 4 times a week. But because castor oil is very thick, it can cause almost hydro fatigue. And if you use it too often, it can cause breakage. It will not only make your hair break, it will make your hair like sticky and almost like that hydro fatigue stage where if you touch it easily, it's just gonna snap. So my perfect way to use it on my hair is actually the way I use it on my eyelashes. I always dilute my castor oil with another lightweight oil like avocado oil or olive oil. A lot of people don't like olive oil because if you have some kind of like fungal dandruff or something like that on your scalp, olive oil can actually make it a little bit worse. So you need to know how to use oils, but the way I suggest to use it is you can either use this castor oil diluted like I suggest, Or if you're using castor oil on a very specific patch of hair, like if you have a bald spot, if you have very thinning edges, if you have like a spot in your edges where your hair is thinner, like let's say I don't really have thin edges, especially because of the treatments I've been doing, but when I do get thinner edges, it's usually right in this area you can see here. Obviously hair is thinner in our temples right here, but if I do ever notice a little bit of thinning, it's right here. So I could put castor oil in this specific patch and my hair will be able to stand it. But if you put pure castor oil all over your scalp, it will most likely be too much. So dilute it just so it can at least get to like half the thickness. Now, when you should use it is, I like to use it the night before I wash my hair. So I will oil my scalp with my oil mix that includes castor oil. I will leave that on my scalp. I will do a really good scalp massage, leave this oil in my hair overnight, and then the next morning when I wake up, I wash my hair. Now, some people don't like sleeping with oil in their hair because they don't like the feeling, because they don't like the effects, whatever the reason is. I would suggest you do this at least 40 minutes before you wash your hair, so you can just wake up, as soon as you wake up in the morning, put the oil in your hair, perhaps even wear like a towel or a plastic cap to allow that oil to seep into your scalp and into your follicles better, and then go and wash your hair and proceed like you didn't do anything else. But I did mention a scalp massage. Scalp massages make every single oil become more effective. However, if you have thin hair or fine hair, or you're not sure how to do a scalp massage, or you feel like scalp massages damage your hair, you should do the scalp massage first and then put the oil on afterwards, because castor oil is very thick, and if you're violent and you don't know how to do a scalp massage properly, you could end up damaging your hair. So just take note of that. Now, if you want to see how I use castor oil in an oil mix, which is my ultimate oil mix, the most effective oil I have ever made, watch this video right here. Hit my face right there to subscribe if you did it in the beginning. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.